Hello everyone, this is Surya from the Document 360 team and I'm the co-organizer of today's webinar. First of all, thank you all for taking the time off your busy schedule and joining us. So we got a fantastic session lined up and I'm sure you're eager to dive in. So we're honored to host Gaurav Trivedi, who's the principal technical writer at Red Hat. So a little background on Gaurav, he's a seasoned technical writer with extensive experience in DocOps. He has explored innovative solutions in documentation automation and peer review platforms, leveraging NLPs and AI. So you name it all. So Gaurav is kind of like the expert in the field. So by the end of the session, you'll be able to discover, how you can future-proof your technical writing career by mastering emerging technologies, collaborating with cross-functional teams, and embracing continuous learning. And as always, we want this session to be as interactive as possible. So right after Gaurav's presentation, we'll be opening the floor for the Q&A. And, we encourage you to drop your questions in the Q&A section on your dashboard as we go along. This could be your chance to get expert advice tailored to your needs. So yeah, Gaurav, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Surya. So, hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I am Gaurav Trivedi, Principal Technical Writer at Red Hat, and it is an absolute pleasure to have you here today. We are going to dive into a topic that's not just relevant but essential for anyone involved in technical writing or content creation, technical writing in 2024 and beyond. So this isn't just about writing, it is about shaping user experiences, mastering AI, and adapting to rapidly evolving landscape. So by the end of this session, you will get to know about the advancements that we have in the AI, the job trends, the changing job landscape, where are you and what can you do. So you will have all these things by the end of the session. So I'd like to talk facts. And what better fact can we have than the latest insights from the AI Index Report 2024? This index report has been released by Stanford University, and you will have the link for the report shortly. So the numbers that we have in this report, they don't lie, and they tell a compelling story about where our AI is today and where it is heading. I have broadly categorized the report into four different sections. Starting from funding, it has absolutely soared. Despite an overall slowdown in the private investments, the amount of money flowing into generative AI is jaw-dropping. More than $25 billion were added just last year. This shows that AI isn't just a buzzword anymore, and it is a powerhouse that is attracting serious investments from all corners, public and private alike. This funding has led to enhanced AI capabilities. It is a result of all the money that is being poured into it. It has taken a leap forward. Natural language models like ChatGPT 4 are now surpassing human level performances on key tasks. Who could have imagined that? But we have got machines nowadays that can understand and generate language better than any humans. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. There are still areas where AI needs to work upon, like reasoning, fact checking, and other things. So there is still a room for growth. And with all these capabilities, it is being adopted into multiple sectors, be it healthcare, be it technical, be it security. Everywhere we see that it is being adopted, and it is being like talked about um, at multiple levels, from finance to healthcare to manufacturing. Everyone is integrating AI into its core, and a whopping 72% of the companies are using AI in some way or the other. And this all is mentioned in the report that you may have access by now. So if you're not using AI, you are already falling behind. Now let's talk about the job market dynamics. This is where things get a bit interesting. AI is both creating and displacing jobs. Yes, it is true that AI can handle a lot of repetitive tasks, but what we are seeing is a shift towards jobs that focus on human creativity, strategy, and AI management, basically, how to manage this AI. So think of AI as an augmentation tool rather than a replacement. It is changing the game, but if you adapt it, it will help you thrive in the job market. And in the future slides, we will see what all things along with AI are impacting the job market and how we can secure or future proof our careers. If you look the slide number 2 and slide number 3 closely, I have just give in the slide number 3, it is kind of a gist of the last slide. And what I like is reading between the lines. So if you try and read between the lines, you will see what is in store for us, the future of our work and technical writing. Starting from top, there is no dearth of money from investors, which is leading to enhanced AI capabilities. And with many sectors adopting AI, job market is going to explode with new kind of jobs. What will those jobs look like? We will try to get an idea in the next few slides. And we are currently in the transition era where you can upskill yourself and stay relevant. But soon there will be days where niche skills will be in a higher demand and you have to prepare a lot. So it's good that we are in that transition era, and we need to upskill. At the same time, we have to stay relevant by upskilling and doing other stuff that's needed. So, technical writing has come a long way. Back in the days, it was all about static docs, like lengthy static docs, and let's be honest, often left these docs were often left gathering dust. Fast forward to today, and we already see shift towards doc as code. But what about future? Like after 2024 and in 2024 and beyond, technical writing will be defined by user experiences, and which will be ultimately driven by AI, constant feedback, and content that adapts to user needs in real time. You can say that writing is no longer just about documentation. It was in the prehistoric age, stone age, you can say, pre 2020, but now it has moved at a tremendous speed, and it's basically all about creating seamless journeys for our users. And with this in mind, let's move to the next slide. The changing job landscape. So what's best? We all agree that new trends along with AI are already impacting job landscape, but just to be sure, let's review some of the latest job postings from different employers. You will get an idea how it has changed over the years and what all the employers are looking nowadays. Just sit back and relax and see how much the job market has changed, and we will do this exercise together. So I have on my screen four or five links from LinkedIn, and what I'll do, I'll use these links and open the links in the browser, and this will help you in visualizing the changes that the job market is experiencing. So this is one of the links. Let the link open up. It is from one of the companies named Key Technologies. Let's review the job requirements that they have. So if you review closely, it says that collaborate with the engineers, coding guidelines, APIs. We all know that we have to be good in APIs. It's one of the best things to best skills to have as a technical writer. The devil lies in the details. If you see over here, um, yep. So it is evaluate tools for capturing, editing, and maintaining documentation produced by developers. So you have to edit and maintain the documentation that is produced by developers, and we all know the how developer documentation look like when they are written by developers. And you have to maintain existing documentation tools. For this, you have to be good with technology in whatever technology they have used to create these automation tools. And yeah, let's review one more. Sorry about that. So this is the one, I guess, from GitLab. And here, if you review the requirement, so you should have a experience working with CI/CD, continuous integration and continuous deployment. You should have a Docker code approach, which is needed, but CI/CD, Git, and collaboration. Then you have should have knowledge of other programming languages as well. Let's look one more, and this will be the final. And later you can do this exercise as well on your own, just to get to the part where you know about the changing requirements. So here it's a job post by Google, and it says that you should have experience with all these: Linux kernel. I'm not sure when was the last time technical writers were asked about Linux kernel. You should have experience with this. HTML and CSS, it's one of the good things or a good skill to have as a technical writer along with XML, but JavaScript, it's, I guess, above the expertise of technical writer. But now more or less all the companies want experience with one of the programming languages, like Python, JavaScript, C++, depending on the core domain of their work and other stuff. You should have one of the um, you should have knowledge of one of the programming languages. There are multiple, but Python and JavaScript are in demand nowadays. And yeah, DevOps, you should have knowledge of DevOps. Like we based our DocOps concept on this DevOps. So you should have knowledge of DevOps, then documentation, source code. So basically, it's kind of a bit technical. What I want to say over here is um, programming languages, along with multiple other skills, testing skills, end-to-end product testing skills, and other stuff. You should have some knowledge or at least experience. I'm not saying expertise, but you should have at least intermediary kind of experience on these tools or languages. So as writers, we have always leaned on content management systems to organize and deliver content, but the CMS of the future will go beyond basic functionality, like integrated AI assistants, custom workflows, and seamless cross-team collaboration will be the standard. And your role will shift from simply managing content to being the bridge between the developers, the product teams, the UX designers, UIs, UXTs, and whatnot, to create a unified content experience for the user. The future of CMS is not just about efficiency, it's about empowering your user, the end user. And the collaboration, it's going to be the key, and it is one of the best skills that you can have to be future ready. Gone are the days when writers worked in silos. In 2024 and beyond, and before 2024 as well, you will already see a shift, and you may be already sitting with the developers, product managers, UI, UX, UXD teams, and discussing everything. The reason behind it, because great content comes from understanding the product from every angle. So you have to be with them, whether it's integrating with the DevOps teams or ensuring that your documentation mirrors the user's journey. So the collaboration that you have, it will ensure your content is relevant and constantly is looking for the feedback from the end user, or the stakeholders that are going to consume that document, be it end users, development community, developer community, or anyone else. And now this is where everything comes together. The content of the future isn't just about being accurate, it is more about being personal. So imagine help docs that adjust to the user's specific problem, getting updated in real time based on feedback. So we are moving into a world where your content isn't just for the users, it is with users. This user centric approach will turn your documentation into an essential part of the product experience, delighting users and keeping them engaged. The question is how you can do all this. What skills do you need to thrive? So that's what we are going to see here, the path forward, the skills that matter the most. So let's talk about the skills. One is you have to embrace AI. No matter what you do, whether you are a beginner, whether you are someone who has some good experience in technical writing, or someone who is an expert, you have to embrace AI in one way or the other. You can basically start using any document generation tool, or you can there are multiple open source tools which will help you get started, like Hugging Face. You can use Hugging Face AI, you can use ChatGPT if it's allowed, or there are multiple. I'm not going to get into the examples, but there are multiples. All you need to know is you have to embrace AI. The second one is you have to learn a programming language and try and become an expert. The programming languages, there are multiple programming languages, but primarily if you review the job boards, the descriptions, like the exercise that we did like 5 minutes back, if you do that exercise, try to jot down the points or the languages or the skills that um, employers need, and you will start to visualize a pattern. You will start to get to know, like, okay, these are the four or five different top skills that I can learn or I can use, and this will help me in future proofing my job. So these you can either learn C++, you can go with Java, you can go with Python. These are the three main things that I found out during that review phase, wherein I looked up, for multiple job descriptions requirements. And then you have to become a real individual contributor. You have to become a jack of all trades. You have to get into product meetings, you have to be into that collaborative mode, you have to sit down with the UX team, UXD team, or the design team. And when you get your hands on to a product, ensure that you test while you document. Your end-to-end product testing will help you document a product better, and it will help you to come up with user journeys, because ultimately the content is not for the user, the content will live with the user, it should be with the user. So you should test it out and develop the content journeys or content map as you go. Then comes the content strategy part. You should basically have a good strategy in mind while developing the content, like the user journeys, how a user might interact with the content. The other things, one of the best things that you can do is to develop a separate guide, modularized guides, like troubleshooting one, procedural concepts, and other stuff. And then you should be ready with delivering contents, or you should learn at least different tools that can help you deliver contents in different formats. There are multiple tools. I'm not going to name any specific tools, but there are multiple tools that can help you document content in, say for example, there are XML based tools, then there are tools which can help you create GIF files or videos or other stuff. There are multiple formats in which you can deliver your content. So these three bullet points: embracing AI, learning a programming language, and then becoming a real individual contributor, they are not in any order. All of them are equally important, and this will really help you to stand out in your team, and then future proofing your career. If you can do all these three things, and trust me, you will be a candidate who is very easy to work with, who knows the thing that you are documenting, and who is ready in case they want to be with a different employer or search different job opportunities. So back to basics. Ultimately, everything, life is a circle, and we all tend to stick with our roots. So this is a definition that I have for a technical writer who is proficient. A perfect technical writer deeply understands both the users and the subject matter they are documenting. So understanding is a key word. You have to understand your user, the journey, the interaction that they have with your platform or the application. And then document should leave no room for ambiguity or questions. You should try and include every kind of scenarios, and that's where the content strategy, the content journey, or the content map will help you to ensure that you do not leave any kind of room for any ambiguity or questions in your documentation. And all this you have to do while adhering to minimalism. You can't just keep writing and building 250 or 300 page guide and let the user dive in that ocean to find a pearl. So you have to give, if a user is looking for some kind of pearl, you have to give it directly to them rather than asking them to dive into the ocean and finding it for them. So that's where the roots is all good, that you have to at least you have to stand on your feet. So to stand, understand the user, the document should not have any kind of ambiguity or questions, and all this while adhering to minimalism principles. And then you have to build on those three bullet points. If you the starting point is the basics one, but then once you are ready, you have to build on those three bullet points that we have already discussed. Now, keeping all this information, all this thing in its perspective, I, as a technical writer, worked with the multiple AI tools that we have and developed a content review platform. No, I won't call it a content review platform. It's kind of a style guide review platform wherein you can upload your content and it will check your content for Microsoft standard MSTP style guide, Microsoft style guide for technical publications. It will check your content for that, and it will give you the suggestions based on how you can improve your documentation. So let's see the tool. So this is the tool that I have developed, and it has been developed using one of the AIs, and the libraries that I have used is Spacey, and you can search more about it. And this tool has been integrated with Hugging Face, which gives us the suggestions and other stuff. So let's see how it works. Basically, it checks your content for all the styles that we have in MSTP guide. So I'm going to run this program for you. And the best part is this is not hosted anywhere. This is basically a repository. If you go to my repository, you can simply fork it, clone it, play with it, change it, whatever you want to do. Just you can do whatever you want. If you want to make some enhancements, just raise a pull request and we all can work together and update this. But basically, you can clone it or do whatever you want. And then let's see if it has already been built. Yes, it has. So it's kind of a very basic tool. Oops, server is stopped. Let me run the server again. Okay. So it is a style guide review platform. On the left hand side, it's a very basic UI, and this is all local. There is no hosting as such. So there is no privacy infringement that can happen. It's all internal, and there is a flag wherein you can remove or disable the Hugging Face. If you are not familiar with Hugging Face, I would strongly recommend you searching for that. But you can disable that and it will work. It won't give you the suggestions on the sentences, but or everything related to MSTP, it will work. So let's choose a file that we want to review, and you can review a file in any format. Let's see. So this is the readme.md. You can upload .pdf extension files. You can upload .docx extension files. You can upload um, .ascii doc extension files. So it is compatible with all the file formats. And once I click on upload, on the left hand side, it will give you the content that you already had. The content was full of errors. And on the right hand side, it checks the content and it says it gives you the suggestions based on the MSTP style guide, and it gives you the line numbers as well, like on line 3, line 5, line 15, or other stuff. It gives you that information as well. So this is a nice simple tool you can use to once you have your draft ready, you can, at first you have to clone the repository. All the steps that you need to take are already mentioned over here. And once you have the repository in your local machine, just run this command flask run, and it will open up this tool for you locally, and you can do whatever you want. Basically, it will give you suggestions, and once you if you have integrated, not integrated Hugging Face, if you have integrated, basically it maintains a record of all the feedback that you have already addressed and other stuff. So I'm not going into details. I would like you to explore and find out, but this is the basic functionality that this platform offers. And feel free to contribute, or feel free to play with it on your local fork. Yeah. So that's about the tool.
And on behalf of the entire Document 360 team, I thank everyone who joined this session today. And for those who might want to revisit today's insights, the entire session has been recorded, and it will be soon be available on our website along with the presentation deck. So keep an eye out for the upload. Yeah, thank you all, folks. So we'll be back again soon with another session, and looking forward to see you there. So have an amazing day ahead. See ya. Bye.